Matt, do you have anything else for us?
My favorite segment, since you don't like
not birthdays. Please, no birthdays.
Since you don't like the birthdays, which I think was good, but that's okay. I have obscure wrestling find for this week.
Ooh.
We're gonna go back to the 70s.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the Florida territory, and I will talk about it after we watch it.
Right now I have with me the only man in the history of professional wrestling ever to hold the NWA World Heavyweight Championship and the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. He's also the man who developed the Figure Four Leg Grapevine and the Atomic Knee Drop. And Buddy, obviously the Figure Four Leg Grapevine has become perhaps one of the most devastating and most successful holds in professional wrestling.
Well, I believe in both of them because I invented that hold and it's been very good to me. But if you look back through the history of it, by golly, Jack Briscoe used it and became champion, and Eddie Graham was a superb wrestler. He used it. His son Mike Graham used it. There's many other wrestlers have used it, and everyone have been very, very successful. But I would like to say this: Austin Idol, who I've worked out with and is in superior shape, and I do believe stands to be the next world champion if he gets that chance, does know this hold and knows it thoroughly. And I do know that if he puts it on someone, he will get the job done.
I'll tell you what, I wonder, Buddy, there are a lot of people who aren't familiar with seeing the hold. They've seen it applied upon occasion, but I don't think they've ever seen it applied in, if you will, slow motion and working through it. All right, Buddy Rogers is going to demonstrate now. He has Buzz Sawyer and Don Serrano in the ring. Now, mind you, they're going to be going at about 1/4 speed. Now, notice he places the foot in between the two, crosses the leg over. Sawyer then comes down on his back. Now, clamps over, and even without trying to put any pressure on, you could see the pain cross the face of Don Serrano. Because once that is, you have 4 points of pressure. 4 points of pressure on the two ankles and the two knees, and consequently,
It's this kneecap right here where the leg runs across. That's where the main pressure is.
and as you heard Buddy Rogers say, the main pressure is on the one kneecap, but there are 4 points, and obviously an extremely dangerous situation. Separating them now once again, but there you have it. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers demonstrating exactly how the Figure Four is placed on an opponent. It has brought him many titles in the past, and as he said, and I'd like to get him to reiterate that comment if he will, but you do feel that this man Austin Idol has that...
Austin Idol, without a doubt, should be the next champion, and I do know one thing: he knows his hold thoroughly.
There you have it, from the master himself, the man who invented the hold, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Now, Charlie, back to you.
And there we go. So
That's
that
pretty cool.
Yeah. So Florida was known to do like training videos, which was kind of neat. So they'd show guys working out and how they go into holds and moves and stuff. But this one was an actual more instructional video. So Rogers at this time's obviously retired. I think he did a few things match-wise. I know he ended up wrestling Flair at some point, but it's kind of neat. So Rogers was like the first guy to do the Figure Four. So I thought it was kind of cool that they have him going to do a demonstration.
Yeah.
I love how Gordon Soley talks about they're doing it at 1/4 speed so you can see how it's applied, and even at this speed and this strength, the pressure still on, the pain still on the guy's face, and they break it down where there's 4 points of pressure, and that the kneecap is where the pain comes in. I thought this was really well done to explain how a wrestling hold is.
I would love to see this like nowadays, like on AEW. That's why I remember a couple months back, Taz did something like this, and we lost our minds of how great it was.
Yeah.
I really wish they had something like this. Like, show us more than just like the wrestling, like the storylines and the matches, you know, like evolve the business. Show us how a move impacts, you know, teach us this kind of stuff. You know what? It's where a promotion like AEW would really excel, because when you get like, you know, what are they? The Hardy Party.
Private Party.
Private Party. You know when they did all those flips and that in the match like 2 weeks ago, Private Party and Top Flight. Remember they did all those flips? Well, if they came on TV the week after and been like, well, see the reason it might look like we're doing a bunch of flips, but we're actually doing this to throw our opponents off guard and use our quickness and our speed so that it keeps them guessing, or or we use the velocity of the backflip to gain a little bit more, momentum. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think when you look at a video like what we just watched, they're presenting this in a more sports-based manner, right? So, I mean, Rogers is talking about people that have used the hold. He's talking about Austin Idol going for the title, and this is his move, and how devastating it is, and how he knows the hold. He's putting over the hold and showing you how it's applied. So when you're watching it as a fan, you're like, oh, okay, he's applying it like they demonstrated on TV. Now, yeah, I think unfortunately with wrestling, it's gone the other way, where it's like a lot of matches, not all of them, but there's a lot of matches that are just moves for the sake of moves. There's no real rhyme or reason for doing a certain move. In this instance, it's like, okay, this guy's down. You grapevine the leg like this. The pressure's going on the knee. They just thoroughly explained how this is going to go down. And to your point, Derek, the Taz videos when he was hyping, was it Cage? It was Cage and Moxley. He was breaking down their finishing moves and how underhooks work and all that. And it made complete sense. I would like to see that in more companies, even the more sports-based companies, like Ring of Honor. They talk about their holds a bit. They don't have anything like that. MLW would be another one that it's very sports-based. You could see something like that. I would like to see it in any company, really. I mean, you can't tell me with the resources that WWE and AEW have that they can't spend time doing something like that.
I mean, you can do something at the PC maybe, and unless you keep it under wraps, but I mean, you could do something at the Performance Center where have a legend or Hall of Famer in there and just demonstrate submission moves or some other moves,
Well, here's the thing. You don't even need a big budget for this.
No,
you need a few workers in the ring and a camera and a microphone. That's it.
I mean, this would be cool for Michael Cole to do something like this, or
Wow. Okay. I don't know about that.
I'm saying to explain it as an announcer, not. Oh my goodness!
Just because he won one WrestleMania match, Mike.
I wasn't talking him to be the guy giving the submission move or whatever. No. I just jumped to conclusions over here.
I think if you were going to do it in WWE, if you're doing NXT or something, like a Wade Barrett would be a good person to do it, like somebody that was a wrestler.
Right. I'm talking about now, talking to the people. That's what I'm talking about.
Somebody that could communicate well. Yes. You gotta remember this. Gordon Soley was like the godfather.
Oh God. Yeah.
Or in AEW, have Jim Ross and say Arn Anderson do it.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be really good. Or you could. They got a lot of agents. You could probably use Jerry Lynn.
Well, you can rotate them. You don't need to use the same guy every week.
That's true. And then you could throw Taz in there, and he could show you how to do dirty moves. Choke guys out. But anyway, I thought it was a really neat clip. There's so many of these things that are out there, and I didn't think of Rogers doing something in this stage of at this time, right? You gotta think he was wrestling in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So this is late 70s, and he's demoing this this hold. And someone we talked about not too long ago, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer was the person demonstrating the figure four, and that's a young Buzz Sawyer. So it's an interesting piece there. So thought that was pretty cool to go over.